The human respiratory system is a complex network of organs and structures responsible for the exchange of gases between the body and the external environment. It plays a crucial role in supplying oxygen to the body's cells and removing carbon dioxide, a waste product of cellular metabolism. Here's a comprehensive overview of the human respiratory system. The process of respiration begins in the nasal cavity. Air enters the body through the nostrils, where it is warmed, filtered, and moistened by the mucous membranes and tiny hair-like structures called cilia. From the nasal cavity, air moves to the pharynx, throat, which serves as a passage for both air and food. The epiglottis prevents food from entering the trachea during swallowing. The larynx, commonly known as the voice box, contains the vocal cords. It helps control the flow of air in and out of the respiratory tract and produces sound during speech. The trachea, or windpipe, is a tube reinforced with cartilage rings to keep it open. It extends from the larynx and branches into the left and right bronchi, leading to the lungs. The bronchi divide into smaller and smaller tubes, forming the bronchial tree. The bronchi continue to divide into bronchioles, which lead to the alveoli. Alveoli are tiny, grape-like sacs at the end of the bronchioles. These air sacs are surrounded by a network of blood vessels and are the primary sites for gas exchange. Oxygen from inhaled air diffuses into the bloodstream, while carbon dioxide from the bloodstream diffuses into the alveoli to be exhaled. The lungs are paired, cone-shaped organs located in the chest cavity. The right lung has 3 lobes, while the left lung has 2 lobes to accommodate space for the heart. The lungs expand and contract during respiration. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that separates the chest cavity, thoracic cavity, from the abdominal cavity. It plays a critical role in breathing by contracting and relaxing to change the volume of the thoracic cavity. During inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and moves downward, while the intercostal muscles between the ribs contract, raising the ribcage. This increases the thoracic volume, causing a decrease in pressure in the lungs. Air rushes in to equalize the pressure, carrying oxygen with it. Exhalation is a passive process that occurs when the diaphragm and intercostal muscles relax. The thoracic cavity decreases in volume, causing an increase in pressure within the lungs. This forces air out of the lungs, expelling carbon dioxide. In the alveoli, oxygen diffuses from the air into the capillaries surrounding the alveoli, entering the bloodstream. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide diffuses from the bloodstream into the alveoli to be exhaled. Oxygen binds to hemoglobin in red blood cells for transportation to body tissues. Carbon dioxide, produced as a waste product of cellular metabolism, is carried primarily as bicarbonate ions in the blood. The human respiratory system is essential for the survival of the body's cells. It ensures a continuous supply of oxygen and helps regulate the body's acid-base balance through the elimination of carbon dioxide. Various factors, such as smoking, pollution, and respiratory illnesses, can impact the health and function of the respiratory system. The respiratory system is tightly regulated by the brainstem, particularly the medulla oblongata and the pons. These areas contain respiratory centers that monitor the levels of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and pH in the blood. The brainstem adjusts the rate and depth of breathing to maintain proper gas exchange and pH balance. Numerous conditions can affect the respiratory system's function, including asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, pneumonia, lung cancer, sleep apnea, respiratory distress syndrome, RDS, and pulmonary embolism. The respiratory system adapts to various environmental conditions and activities. At higher altitudes, where oxygen levels are lower, the body may produce more red blood cells to carry oxygen more effectively. During physical activity, the body's demand for oxygen increases. The respiratory rate and depth rise to meet this demand, enhancing gas exchange and maintaining oxygen levels. Tobacco smoke contains harmful chemicals that can damage the respiratory system. Smoking is a major cause of chronic respiratory diseases, such as lung cancer, COPD, and emphysema. It damages cilia in the airways, leading to chronic bronchitis and increased susceptibility to infections. Maintaining a healthy respiratory system involves several practices. Regular exercise strengthens respiratory muscles and improves lung capacity. Adequate nutrition supports lung health and overall immunity. Drinking enough water helps maintain the thin layer of mucus in the airways, aiding in efficient cilia movement and filtering of particles. Avoiding tobacco smoke and other pollutants is essential for maintaining optimal respiratory function. Ensuring good indoor air quality by having proper ventilation and reducing exposure to pollutants is crucial. Medical interventions include bronchodilators, oxygen therapy, and ventilation support. In cases of severe lung disease or damage, lung transplantation may be necessary. A healthy lung from a deceased donor is transplanted into the recipient, often providing a chance for improved quality of life and extended survival. The human respiratory system is a complex and finely tuned mechanism that ensures the body's oxygen supply while removing waste gases. Its intricate structure and functions demonstrate the remarkable ways our bodies adapt to various conditions and maintain homeostasis.